welcome to Classic Game Room for the review of MACROSS M3 on the Sega Dreamcast. And before I get started, thank you for the many kind comments regarding the changes in the show moving forward. I really appreciate it. Now, let's have some fun with robots that transform into jets and hot alien babes. MACROSS M3. This has got to be the most overcomplicated, convoluted way to launch a future space robot jet into outer space. Like, couldn't they just open a door and push it out? Now, we're gonna have a 12-step process to launch this thing. Why? Because it looks really cool. Yeah, how many of you just wet your pants? I know I did. Who has time to go to the bathroom when I'm editing and drinking coffee? Released in 2001 for the Japanese Sega Dreamcast, this is a Japanese exclusive, of course. MACROSS M3 follows a story with Max and Miria, and it's all in Japanese, so I have no idea what the hell's going on, but I gotta be honest, this game looks cooler than it is. It's on the Dreamcast, and that's great. It's Macross, and that's great. It looks cool, and that's great, but the controls suck. And well, that's not so great. Even if the opening cutscenes kick ass. I've seen this one on eBay for a few years. It's really not that expensive. I bought it for my birthday. Figured I'd treat myself to some more Macross, and while I've enjoyed it, it's not spectacular. It has its moments. There's a bunch of different missions, and you unlock new transformable fighters as you play through the game. You've got air missions and ground ones, but the air combat is so bland, and you end up doing the exact same thing over and over again. You fly away from the enemies, transform, lock onto a few of them, launch missiles, transform back into a jet, fly away, transform back into a robot, shoot missiles, transform back into a jet, fly away. Repeat as necessary until all of your enemies are destroyed. It's really not too hard once you get the hang of it. The ground missions are more of a challenge because the controls make it nearly unplayable. This is one of these games that really needed a second analog thumbstick. You just can't control your Valkyrie in a common sense kind of way. Before each mission, you choose your transforming robot Death Jet and pick a pilot, Max Miria, and I guess that's their Macross daughter, so what, not Dana? How'd she end up with blonde hair out of those two? Here's one of these canyon missions where you blast your way through enemy defenses as quickly as possible, while there's really not much of a language barrier preventing those of us who don't speak or read Japanese from playing the game. It was a bit unclear as to what I was actually supposed to do. According to an internet walkthrough, in order to really win the game, you have to get through it quickly. But you're also being scored for blowing up enemies, and you can play the missions again in free play. It's not a terrible game, it's just not as good as it looks. You can find this one out there, regular or special edition. I got the special edition, which looks pretty nice, and I have a nice collectible card of Miria. Way to go, Max. As you play through each mission, these action points in the bottom left build up, and you can unleash them as a machine gun frenzy or super missile attack. You've also got a boost limit on the right, which determines how much boost you have to fly away or locking on enemies in robot form. It's not bad, but if you're looking for a good Macross game, like a really good one, go with Super Dimension Fortress on the PlayStation 2. Or Scrambled Valkyrie on the Super Famicom. This one looks nice. You're being scored, which gives it some replay value. There's lots of jets to unlock, but really there's better games. Max and Miria would agree. Gigawing is a more solid investment than this. The best of Classic Game Room is on DVD, Blu-ray, and Laser Hypervision album set. Macaroons.